ごいよね、ことちゃん。
In front of our secret hideout, Kyo and I were playing soccer together. Koto and Hime were watching us. Tomo and Miko couldn't make it that day because they each had other plans, so only the four of us ended up getting together. Alright, let's move on.
くそ、今度こそ
Alright, bring it on, Kyo.
おりゃー
Kyo, a desperate slide. But I'll easily dodge that obvious move. Okay, here goes.
また入った。ゴールゴール。
And here we are, playing soccer like this. But even though we are just playing soccer, there are only two of us, so as soon as one of us gets past the other, a goal is scored. Plus, since Kyo is basically all thumbs when it comes to sports, I've been the only one scoring points this whole time.
もうやめた二人でサッカーなんてつまんねえし
And finally, Kyo gives in. Well, I suppose what he's saying makes sense.
きょうくんってば、スバルお兄ちゃんに負けっぱなし。
なあ、お前もさっきからうるせえんだよ
だってきょうくんかっこ悪いんだもん。ねえ、ことちゃん。ほら、ことちゃんだってかっこ悪いってさ。
ことは何にも言ってねえだろうが
In response to Hime's question, Koto tilts her head, her face expressionless, but Hime doesn't seem to mind and returns to her conversation with Kyo. Everyone was already used to Koto reacting that way.
こいついちいちチャチャ入れやがってじゃあお前がやってみろよ
やだ。お洋服が汚れちゃうもん。こと、やってみたい。
Koto wants to try it, I guess. What? Koto slowly stood up and said clearly, Koto wants to try it. We were completely taken aback by her unexpected announcement that she would participate.
ことお前
はあ、ことちゃんサッカーなんてやりたいの？面白そう。
Oh, I see. Well then, let's play soccer. I was happy to see her nod so readily.
じゃあ俺もまだやるぞ
姫もサッカーする。
お前さっき洋服が汚れるから嫌だって言ってただろ
きょうくんこそつまんないからやめるって言ってたのに。
Come on, let's all play together. That will make four of us so we can play 2-on-2.
スバルお兄ちゃんがそう言うなら。
しゃあねえそれでいいよ
Well, I'm teaming up with Koto, so you guys team up with Kyo and Hime. When I suggested that, the two of them protested loudly, looking very unhappy.
なんでお前がことと組むんだよ
Well, since you probably don't know the rules, I figured that would be the better option considering the balance of power.
姫、スバルお兄ちゃんと同じチームになりたいな。
ほら姫もこう言ってるしこととは俺が組んでやるから
そうそう、姫もサッカーよくわかんないし、きょうくんと組んでも二人とも下手っぴだし。
Hey, why are you guys suddenly getting along so well?
仲良くなんかねえよ
The two of them sang in harmony again. But I wonder what to do. I don't really mind teaming up with Hime though. Koto, who do you want to be in a group with?
スバル。
Damn, not even a single ounce of hesitation.
こと、スバルと一緒がいい。
Koto wants to be with Subaru. That's what that's what she says. But what I can't read. That's what she says, but what should we do?
わかったよ。ことがそう言うんなら。
姫もそれでいい。
The two of them said that, looking dejected. At the heart of this group was Koto. Koto was everyone's beloved little sister. That's why even cynical Kyo and spoiled Hime are hapless when it comes to Koto. Alright, let's get started right away. Let's play soccer. In stark contrast to just a moment ago, the two opposing team spirits were unusually low. The final score was a landslide victory for my team and Koto's team. At first, Koto didn't know the rules of soccer, but once she got the hang of it, she improved by leaps and bounds. On the other hand, Kyo and Hime had terrible teamwork and were constantly holding each other back. Still, all things considered, those were fun times. Amid the many sad memories of my childhood, only that time sparkled like a jewel. Go for it! Shoot! Okay. The thread, or rather the nerve wire, extending from my fingertips shot far ahead, just like a casting line. And then smashed through the windows of the abandoned factory, shattering them to pieces. Well, that's about it. Ouch! You didn't have to hit me out of the blue, did you?
誰が窓ガラスを割れと言った？このオンボロ廃工場を倒壊させる気か？
Even if you say that, how am I supposed to hit a target that far away on the first try? I point to the wall at the far end of the abandoned factory. There's currently a drum can sitting in front of that wall. On top of that oil drum, a single can of justice sat all alone. After lunch, I skipped my afternoon classes as planned and am now practicing manipulating the neural wires. By the way, Tomo and Mikone went back to school for a bit. Though even if Tomo goes back to school, that doesn't mean she will actually attend class. And Kyo is kind of my chaperone, or rather, he's acting as a sort of trainer for me. How far do you think it is from here to there?
ざっと20メートルほどだな。ちなみにこの廃工場の端から端までは約30メートルほどだ。
I didn't ask you to go into that much detail. It's easy for you to say, but hitting a target 20 meters away is really hard.
いや、これくらいは簡単にできてもらわないと困る。お前の能力はリーチの長さが強みなんだからな。それともお前、俺みたいに偉人と接近戦でやり合う方がいいか？
I'm not really sure about that though.
だろうな。お前は喧嘩が得意なタイプには見えない。
Without flinching, Kyo simply states it plainly and clearly. Sure, compared to Kyo as he is now, I'm nowhere near his level. Kyo outmaneuvered 3 thugs and knocked out the alien god with his bare hands. His strength is beyond measure. Come to think of it, he's really changed a lot, hasn't he? 7 years ago, Kyo was small and definitely not very athletic. And as for his personality, he was a stubborn, grumpy type who was all talk.
ほら、もう一度やってみろ。お前ならできるはずだ。
Okay. These days, Kyo is bigger than me and stronger, and on top of that, he's considerate, and his words carry weight and conviction. Huh, our roles have totally switched from how they used to be. I had mixed feelings, partly happy to see how much he grown, but also frustrated that he surpassed me in so many ways. This time for sure. Go! Let's go. Oh, I did it! Check this out, Kyo! The can split right down the middle.
ああ、思ったより時間がかかったが、まあ、上出来だ。
Seeing me acting like a kid, Kyo gives me a wry smile, but acknowledges my progress. 2 hours have passed since we started this training. And finally, I managed to slice through the can of juice 20 meters away using the neuro wire. It took me a little while to get the hang of it, but I guess that's about it.
よし。じゃあ次は5本のワイヤーで5つの缶を同時に切り裂く訓練だ。
What? That's ridiculous!
無茶なもんか。それくらいの精密動作はできないと、実戦じゃ役に立たないからな。
Hey, wait a sec, let me take a little break. I'm really starting to feel tired. My body is tired, but my head feels especially foggy, and I can't seem to concentrate. If I had to describe this feeling of exhaustion, it's likely trying to assemble a tiny plastic model with tweezers. Actually, even I don't really get what I'm saying.
じゃあちょっと休むか。やはり異能を使うと消耗が激しいみたいだな。
This is the first time I used it for this long, but it's actually pretty tough.
自分の体を別のものに変化させてるわけだから、当然といえば当然だろう。
Come to think of it, I guess this means I officially joined the ranks of the surprise people. The threat! The man who shoots threat from his fingers. This isn't exactly a skill I can brag about. Come to think of it, I know you always think something. I know what kind of powers Miko and I have, but what kind of abilities do Kyo and Tomo have?
ああ、そうだな。まず友なんだが、あいつはまだ異能に目覚めていない。
Is that so? Now that you mention it, I don't recall her showing any signs of using those abilities when she was attacked by the alien god at school either.
その代わりあいつは飛び抜けて頭がいいからな。情報収集や偉人の分析、あと対偉人用の装備も作ってる。
Could that be her special?
この間偉人を倒した時、ネットランチャーを使っただろう。あれも友が自作したものだ。
The girl who... What do you mean the guy? Tomo fired that net? You actually built something like that yourself. I guess you really are a genius. But it's true that Tomo's intellect alone would be enough to stand up to the other gods. Even if I couldn't use my special abilities, I fully understood that Tomo's presence was indispensable in the fight against the alien god. So, what about Kyo's power? Or what about your power, Kyo?
俺か？俺のは
Super strength. Uh-huh.
ま、そのうちわかる。
Didn't I already seen it? What? What's that supposed to mean?
お前の能力と違ってあまり役に立たん。欠点も多いしな。
What's the big deal? Now that you mention it, I'm even more curious.
戦闘において、俺の武器はあくまで近接格闘だ。それだけ頭に入れておいてくれればいい。
Oh, I get it. Since my strength lies in my long reach, it looks like Hyo will naturally be in the front line and I will be in the back. Since Mikone fights with a totally shaped sword, she must be a frontline fighter. Tomo is basically a non-combatant, or she takes on a support role from the rear using a net launcher. Oh, come to think of it, what about the other person?
もう一人。誰のことだ？
Look, it's Hime. She's the last member of our group of 6.
ああ、あいつか。
Her. Hyo muttered under his breath. You know, when I see so many his pronouns, I automatically, translate it to her. Kyo muttered under his breath, and for some reason frowned. Come to think of it, Kyo and Hime never really got along, did they?
今のところあいつには声をかけてない。こういう荒事には向いてなさそうだし。
Let me see. I remember Hime from 7 years ago. She was a year younger than me, a slightly spoiled, clingy girl. She also had a short temper and was a bit of a crybaby, and she was the daughter of a very wealthy family. Given all that, I have no idea how Hime has grown over the past 7 years. After all, there's an example right in front of me of someone who achieved unexpected growth.
さっき本人も言ってたが、一番最初に偉人の復活に気づいたのは感知能力を持つ巫女姉だったらしい。で、巫女姉は偉人を倒そうと考えたが、当然一人では偉人には勝てない。
So Miko decided to reach out to her childhood friends who knew what had happened 7 years ago. It is said that the first two to be chosen were Tomo with her genius-level intellect and Kyo, who has become remarkably strong.
だがお前と姫は特殊な才能があるわけでもなく、あくまでごく普通の人間として生活していた。
So Miko hesitated to drag us into the fight and apparently started the battle to defeat the foreign god with just the three of them first. So in the end I got caught up in an incident caused by a foreign god or another god, and that's how I discovered my special ability.
これも因縁ってやつだな。
Kyo said this in a somewhat detached tone. Mikone also mentioned fate, but I definitely sensed something that couldn't be dismissed as mere coincidence. After that, I spent another hour or so practicing manipulating the nerve wire. As the time approached the end of the school day, I decided to head back to school. The reason, of course, was to send Nayuta. I think she's fine now, but just to be on the safe side, I've been trying to walk home with her whenever possible. Well, see you later.
あ、今後のことはまた誰かから連絡が行くと思う。
Got it. By the way, tomorrow and the day after are Saturday and Sunday, so school is out. I don't really have any plans, but now that things have turned out this way, maybe I should get some training in while I still can.
スバル。
Huh? What's up?
お前と一緒にいたあの子、ナユタって言ったな。
Yeah, I already know that she's probably Koto because like she looks exactly like the same. I still don't believe that. Like that she isn't.
あの子は。
Huh?
いや、なんでもない。
No, never mind. What's that supposed to mean? If there's something on your mind, just say it straight out.
いや、すまん。本当になんでもないんだ。
Kyo speaks in a way that makes it sound like he has something stuck between his back teeth. I don't wanna do the plot twist yet, you know? This is only episode 3. I used to be the type who would blurt out whatever came to mind, even if it rubbed people the wrong way. People really do change when they change.
そうだ。それより一つ言い忘れていたことがあった。
What is it now?
夕暮れ時には気をつけろ。
Dusk? What do you mean by that?
理由はわからんが、偉人が人食いをするのは夕方が最も多いらしい。
That was news to me. Come to think of it, you love to say this, don't you? Both times I was attacked by a demon the other god the other day. It was in the evening, wasn't it?
これから夕方になる時間がどんどん早くなる。用心しておいた方がいい。
I see. But why in the evening? Usually isn't that the kind of thing that happens at night? For example, I understand that nocturnal animals hunt at night, but why at dusk of all times?
俺もよくわからん。ただの習性なのかもしれないが、いずれにせよ、 警戒は怠るなよ。
I nodded what the fuck? Solemnly? What the fuck is that? And then parted ways with Kyo right in front of the abandoned factory. Another foreshadowing. Oh, sorry, did you have to wait?
先輩。今来たところです。
When I ran up to the school gate, Naruto greeted me with a line straight out of a date. After leaving the abandoned factory, I called her on my cell phone, and here we were, meeting up with Naruto in front of the school. However, I left the abandoned factory later than I had expected, and by the time I got to school, it was already evening. Watch out at dusk. I was a little flustered since I'd just been given a stern warning today, but I'm glad everything went smoothly and I was able to meet up with Naruto without a hitch.
はい、先輩のカバン。言われた通り、教室から取ってきましたよ。
Thanks. When I texted her to arrange a meeting, I asked her to pick up my bag from the classroom while she was at it.
っていうか先輩、昼休みからどこ行ってたんですか？しかも、そのまま午後の授業までサボるなんて。
I mean, you know, there are times like that, right? When you just want to skip school and go somewhere far away.
それはわかりますけど。だったらどうして私を誘ってくれなかったんですか？
Sorry. I couldn't think of any more excuses, so I just apologized. It's hard to say I was hanging out with Miko and the others, especially to Naruto. Naruto?
いいえ、分かっていただければいいんです。次は絶対誘ってくださいね。
Shouldn't you usually tell people not to skip school?
だって、私も学校サボりたいけど、一人でサボる度胸はないんですもん。
Naruto said this with a slightly pouty expression. I realized that being too honest can be a problem. Sorry about what happened during lunch break today. I missed out on Naruto's bento again.
そうですよ。今日のは自信作だったのに。
Is there still some bento left?
もちろんです。先輩のために作ってきたんですから、先輩以外の人に食べてほしくないですし。
So, can I take some home to eat later?
いいんですか？
No, I'm the one who asked you to do this.
時間経っちゃってるから、あんまり美味しくないかもですよ。
I can just heat it up in the microwave. It's delicious. You don't even have to taste it, you know.
じゃあ、せめて温めてから食べてくださいね。
With that, Naruto took a lunchbox out of her bag and handed it to me. And I find myself thinking once again. I don't know why Naruto is so fond of me, but our simple everyday life together was truly enjoyable. That's exactly why I want to protect Naruto. Because I never want to lose someone I love again. Huh? You said it. Never again. So, who exactly is this first time referring to? Is she my sister who died in a car accident 7 years ago? Or is it Koto who was killed by the alien god 7 years ago? Neither memory was clear. Everything was shrouded in darkness. Oh, we have already made it this far.
そうですね。今日は寄り道もしなかったし、あっという間でした。
I walked through the space park and came out at the main entrance. I always say goodbye to Naruto here. Well, now that I've made it this far, I should be fine. See you tomorrow then.
あ、先輩、待ってください。
What's up? Suddenly, Naruto stopped me and I turned around, wondering what was going on. For some reason, Narita looked up at me with a sad expression on her face.
先輩、今日は何があったんですか？
Oh, what do you mean? Nothing in particular.
あの事件以来、先輩はなんだか心ここにあらずって感じでした。そう、今朝まではずっとそんな感じだったのに、今の先輩は急に。
Narita. No way. Did she see right through me? And she even pinpointed my current state of mind perfectly. Maybe this is what they call a woman's intuition. I mean, she was probably also getting, some kind of superpower.
なんだか
Oh?
先輩が急に知らない人になっちゃったみたいで、私。
Narita stared straight at me. But I didn't know how to respond, so I stammered. Oh! Huh?
何今の。
Just then, a sound that seemed to shake me to the core echoed from the distance. Was that an explosion? An explosion? Where on earth did that come from? I think I heard a sound coming from the direction of the shopping district. Shutter, shopping district? In any case, an explosion isn't exactly a peaceful occurrence. Was it caused by fire or an accident? Or maybe... I looked up at the sky in the direction of the explosion. The red evening sun was blinding, and I squinted. And then it suddenly comes back to me. Kyo's words. Be careful at dusk. No way. But I'm curious. With that thought in mind, I unconsciously started walking toward the direction of the explosion.
待って、先輩。
Narita was holding onto the hem of my shirt tightly.
行っちゃダメです。危ないです。
What are you talking about?
さっきの音がした方へ行くつもりなんでしょ？
Well,
お願いです。行かないでください。もう危ないことはしないで。
Narita, who seems to see right through me, pleads with me like that. Those teary eyes make my heart flutter, but I already made up my mind. To protect Narita, and to do that, we have no choice but to face the danger head on. Narita, from here, just run straight home, got it?
先輩！
After saying just that, I shook off Narita's attempts to stop me and ran off. So, it is here after all. As I headed toward the site of the explosion, the commotion was concentrated around the shopping district and Shuttle Street. I've made it this far relying on that, but a crowd of onlookers has already gathered. Damn, there are too many people. I can't move forward. At this rate, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere near the scene. Looking up at the sky, I see a plume of black smoke rising. That must be where the explosion happened. Over there, I'm pretty sure there was an alley behind the shopping district. I was born and raised in Matsuzawa, too. I know the area around the shopping district like the back of my hand. So I decided to head around to the back alleys. I make my way through the maze-like network of narrow streets. Our destination is the spot where smoke is rising. If we get there, we are sure to find out something. Wow, that's amazing. So this is where the smoke is coming from. And finally, I arrive at the scene. This area was home to the back entrances of shops on the main street, and stores quietly doing business in the back alleys. Looking at this, I guess there really was an explosion here after all. It's been a long time since I've been here, not since I was a child, and the place has completely changed. The reason, of course, isn't the passage of time, but the lingering smoke, the black scoot, and the smell of burning. And the sound of someone sobbing. I can faintly hear the sound of someone sobbing. For some reason that cry felt familiar, so I turned to look in that direction. Hime. There stood a girl dressed in a flashy, revealing outfit that seemed out of place in this desolate landscape. Thinking that her appearance and face looked vaguely familiar, I called out to her. Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? The girl stopped sobbing and looked at me with tear-filled eyes. This feeling, I had it before, just recently in fact, this sense of restlessness, as if someone were rummaging through the depths of my memory.
お兄ちゃん、
Huh?
スバル、お兄ちゃん。
With tears streaming down her cheeks, the girl called out to me with a dazed expression. That was an old nickname. Only 2 people and no one else ever called me that. And one of them is no longer with us, which means... Hime? My childhood friend from 7 years ago. The last one to join our group was a clinchy crybaby girl. I was the one who gave her the nickname Hime. She took a great liking to that nickname and started calling herself Hime as well. And Hime, being an only child, called me Big Brother. Could it be Hime?
スバルお兄ちゃん。
Mikone said it was fate, and Kyo said it was karma as well, or said it was fate as well. So does that mean this reunion today is also part of an inescapable fate? That's right. It all started 7 years ago. What was that thing in the bracket?
ここが例の現場か。
ああ、警部、ご苦労様です。
ああ、どうだ、調べはついたか。
それがどうも妙なんですよね。
妙とは？
ここで何らかの爆発が起きたのは確かなんですが、爆発物の残骸が見つからないんです。
つまり何が爆発したのか特定できないということか。
はい。この周辺には爆発しそうな機械の類も設置されていませんし。
放火という線も考えにくいな。爆発は起きたが火災はほとんど発生していない。
まさか爆弾テロってわけでもないでしょうしね。人的被害はゼロだったのが幸いですけど。
そうか。しかしどうもはっきりしない点が多いな。
ところで警部がお越しになったってことはやはり事件の可能性が。
いや、まだわからん。だが最近はこの町も何かと物騒だからな。それに例の暴漢侵入事件の学校もここの近所だ。単なる偶然なのか、それとも。
そういえば連続通り魔殺人の方はどうです？警部は今そちらの担当なんでしょう。
Serial knife?
ああ、しかしこっちの調査も今は難航中でな。
そうなんですか。でも現場に証拠がたんまり残ってたって聞きましたけど。
ああ、死体も放置されていたし、証拠から容疑者の特定もされていた。しかし数日前からその容疑者の足取りがぷっつりと途絶えている。
こっちの動きに感づいたってことですかね。
かもしれん。だが気になるのはそれとほぼ同時に新たな行方不明事件が発生していることだ。
それって服だけ残して中身の人間がいなくなるっていう。
ああ。なあ、知ってるか？この町ではな、7年前にも同じような行方不明事件が起こってるんだ。
そうなんですか。自分ここの配属になったのが去年からなもんで。
そうか。とにかくこれほど奇妙な事件が多発するのはこの町では7年前以来だよ。犯人不明の暴漢事件、犯人の消えた連続通り魔殺人、原因不明の爆発事故、そして7年前と同じ行方不明事件。
この町一体どうなってるんですかね。
それを突き止めるのが俺たちの仕事だ。
はい、こっちの調査は任せてください。
ああ、頼んだぞ。
Criminal? No, kind of the opposite.
7年か。
Himeji Salina, known as Hime, was the last of the 6 of us to join the group. I remember that she was the daughter of a wealthy family and always wore cute, frilly dresses. Since she was a year younger and basically a bit of a mama's girl, she felt like another little sister to me. Like this?
そうじゃなくて、こっちは分母が違うから。
Oh, right, so this goes like this.
そうそう。
Oh, okay, thanks. One afternoon, as usual, everyone gathered at the abandoned factory, our secret hideout, but Tomo and I were the only ones in the middle of doing our homework. Today our class got a ton of math homework, so I asked Tomo for help. Tomo was shy and didn't stand out in class, but after we became friends, I realized just how smart she really is. Ever since then, I've been getting help with my homework from time to time. Fractions are such a pain. I feel you.
私もそう思う。でも、ちょっと面白いよね。
It's amazing that you think that. Leaning my elbows on the rickety table, we all picked up. I muttered with a sigh. I want to finish this quickly so I can go play, but I have a feeling I'll be stuck doing nothing but homework until I get home today.
スバルお兄ちゃん、まだ宿題終わんないの？ないの？
Just then Hime came trotting over with Koto. It seemed she had come to see how we were doing. Sorry, Hime, but could you keep Koto company for a little while longer?
それはいいんだけど、スバルお兄ちゃんとも遊びたいよ。太陽。
Lately, mimicking the way people end their sentences seems to be her latest obsession. Well, not that it really matters. Sorry, I probably won't be able to hang out today. I haven't finished my homework yet.
そんな。
Tomo is like, leave this to me. I'm going to finish this homework.
そんな。あらあら、大変ですね。ところで、京くんは宿題しなくて大丈夫？
ああ、俺はこいつらとクラスが違うから。うちはそんなに宿題出てないし。
Is that a lying pose? That's so cool. I'm jealous. Before we knew it, Miko and Kyo had come over to join us. By the way, Tomo, Kyo, and I go to the same school, but Hime and Mikone are in a different school district, so they go to different schools. And by the way, they are in different grades too. And the thing is... Who? She wasn't even attending school to begin with?
ああ、スバルお兄ちゃんと遊べないとつまんないな。
お前はお兄ちゃんってうるせえんだよ。 いつからスバルはお前のお兄ちゃんになったんだよ。
そんなの初めて会った時からだもん。ねえスバルお兄ちゃん。
Yeah, right. I'm doing my homework right now. Please just leave me alone.
だからスバルお兄ちゃんは姫のお兄ちゃんなの。京くんわかった？
あーうぜ。何がお兄ちゃんだよ、うっとうしい。
何よ、別に京くんに言ってるんじゃないんだもん。姫はスバルお兄ちゃんに言ってるんだもん。
横で聞いてるだけでうっといんだよ。お前もお兄ちゃん禁止な。
なんで京くんにそんなこと言われなきゃならないの？
I'm so annoyed, so annoyed, so annoyed, so annoyed. I can't concentrate on my homework. It's fine to talk, but could you please stop fighting right next to me?
ねえスバルお兄ちゃん、姫スバルお兄ちゃんのことお兄ちゃんって呼んでもいいよね。
今のセリフだけで3回もお兄ちゃん言ったぞ。うざいにも程がある。
あらあら二人ともその辺にしておきなさいな。スバルくんたちの宿題の邪魔になりますよ。ますよ。だって京くんが変なこと言うんだもん。姫は悪くないもん。
ああもうお前のそういうとこが腹立つんだよ。
そういうとこってどういうこと？
だからそういうガキっぽくて甘ったれたとこ。
ああ、スバルお兄ちゃん、京くんが。
Shut up! Fucking hell!
あらあら。
She does not repeat the ara. I finally lost my temper with the two of them, who were bickering away right next to me while I was doing my homework. But my voice came out louder than I expected. Yeah, me too. And everyone in the room stared in shock, frozen in place. Sorry, but don't bother me while I'm doing my homework, okay? I added that just to play along, the awkward silence hanging in the air.
スバルお兄ちゃんが怒った。
Hey, Hime? Shut the fuck up!
スバルお兄ちゃんが。
Oh my god. I'm so glad that I didn't born in Japan, and because like if I would have kids and it would be a Japanese kid and she would cry like this, I would like, oh my god. I wouldn't raise my hand, but damn. I would buy noise cancelling headphones, which I'm wearing by the way while playing this, so. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I yelled at you, so please don't cry. I'm beat. It had been a long time since she cried like that. It was on a whole different level from her usual little tears. It's common knowledge that Hime is a crybaby, but every now and then she would throw a tantrum that was completely out of control. Once it gets to this point, it's a real struggle to get them to stop crying, and soothing them is no easy task. Hime, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
スバルお兄ちゃんなんて大嫌いだ。
I hate you too. Hime, where are you going?
姫ちゃん？
I'm skipping these. And with that, Hime, overcome with emotion, ran straight out of the abandoned factory and got hit by a car. Damn it. We got to catch up to her fast. Everyone, give me a hand.
わかった。急がないと見失ってしまいますね。
なあ、ほっときゃいいんじゃね。あいつの感触にいちいち付き合ってられっか。
京くん？
だってよ。
今日一人はみんなのために。
Shut the fuck up. Koto murmured softly, "Those are the words of our vow." This, like, you trademarked this, which I don't know who said this first, but it was like, pretty sure it's like, Columbus. I don't know. It seemed that Koto wanted to say that now was the time to fulfill that vow.
キョウ君、どうします？私たちは姫ちゃんを探しに行きますけど。
Kyo?
ああ、わかったよ。俺も探しに行くから。
Kyo finally gives in to the pressure from everyone. Well, in this case, I guess it's thanks to Koto's encouragement. Even Kyo is no match for Koto. And so we set off in pursuit of Hime, who had run out crying.